The tragic story of the Titanic disaster. In the early 20th century, the world was entering a new age of technology and engineering. Among the greatest achievements of that era was the RMS Titanic, a massive luxury passenger ship built by Harland and Wolff for the White Star Line. At the time, Titanic was considered one of the largest and most advanced ships ever constructed. The ship was designed to carry thousands of passengers across the Atlantic Ocean in comfort and style. First-class passengers enjoyed luxurious cabins, elegant dining rooms, swimming pools, and grand staircases. Many people believed the ship was so well designed that it was practically unsinkable. On April 10, 1912, Titanic began its maiden voyage from Southampton, England, heading for New York City. More than 2,200 passengers and crew members were on board. They came from different backgrounds: wealthy businessmen, immigrants seeking a better life, families, workers, and adventurers. For the first few days, the journey was smooth and pleasant. Passengers enjoyed the luxurious facilities, social gatherings, and beautiful views of the ocean. The crew worked tirelessly to ensure everything ran perfectly. However, as the ship sailed across the cold waters of the North Atlantic, several warnings were received from nearby ships. These messages reported dangerous icebergs in the area ahead. Although the warnings were acknowledged, Titanic continued traveling at a high speed. On the night of April 14, 1912, the sea was unusually calm and visibility was poor. Around 11:40 p.m., lookouts spotted a massive iceberg directly in the ship's path. The crew immediately attempted to turn the ship and avoid a collision. Unfortunately, it was too late. The iceberg scraped along the side of Titanic, damaging several compartments below the waterline. At first, many passengers were unaware that anything serious had happened. The collision did not seem dramatic, and some people even continued their activities as normal. Soon, however, the ship's engineers realized the terrible truth. Water was flooding into multiple compartments. Titanic had been designed to survive flooding in a few sections, but the damage was far greater than expected. The ship would sink. Captain Edward Smith ordered the crew to prepare the lifeboats and send distress signals. As passengers learned of the danger, confusion and fear spread throughout the ship. One of the greatest tragedies was the shortage of lifeboats. Titanic carried lifeboats for only a fraction of the people on board. Many lifeboats were launched before they were completely full because the crew did not fully understand how serious the situation was at first. As the ship slowly tilted, families were separated, and many people faced impossible choices. Some passengers gave up their seats to others. Crew members worked heroically to maintain order. Musicians famously continued playing music to calm frightened passengers. As the hours passed, the situation became increasingly desperate. The bow of the ship sank deeper into the freezing Atlantic waters. Around 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, Titanic finally broke apart and disappeared beneath the ocean. Hundreds of people entered the icy water. Rescue was difficult because of the extreme cold. Many lost their lives within a short time. Several hours later, the passenger ship RMS Carpathia arrived and rescued the survivors who had escaped in lifeboats. Out of more than 2,200 people aboard Titanic, over 1,500 lost their lives, making it one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. The tragedy shocked the world. Newspapers across many countries reported the disaster, and people questioned how such a modern and celebrated ship could have been lost on its very first voyage. In the years that followed, major changes were made to maritime safety regulations. Ships were required to carry enough lifeboats for everyone on board, maintain continuous radio communication, and improve iceberg monitoring systems. More than a century later, the story of Titanic continues to fascinate people around the world. It is remembered not only as a disaster, but also as a story of human courage, sacrifice, hope, and the dangers of overconfidence in technology. The sinking of Titanic remains one of the most famous events in maritime history, a reminder that even humanity's greatest achievements are not beyond the power of nature.